Steph, just the statement and message that you guys were able to make in a game one, how do you feel about the performance, the urgency, and the response you had when they made a couple runs late?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, our group has seen it all. We wanted to come in and be the aggressor right away to make sure that we were dictating on the defensive end and we were dictating from a pace standpoint. They're champions for a reason. We knew that they were going to make runs. They made a big one in the third, and we responded with a big one. I'm proud of our team. It's one game. It's a long series, so we got to keep the main thing. But to come in here and to be able to steal this one was big for us.
For Steph and Bree, I guess too, you can comment on this. What did you feel like worked so well on the defensive end, especially on Asia, to really give her a tough game and to kind of stop their momentum on that end?
I mean, we know she's the MVP. She's like the best player in the world at the moment. So we just tried to make all her buckets tough. We know we weren't going to like stop her completely, but we wanted to make sure that every shot had a hand in her face or she was like feeling contact. So just trying to make every bucket as hard as possible and not give her any easy ones.
Yeah, and I think making sure that we were disciplined everywhere else. We knew that we needed to limit their 3-point makes. We knew we needed to limit their free throws, and we knew that we needed to force them to play, individually. We can't let them ping the ball around. They're too good, and I thought our attention to detail for the most part was really good.
Steph, this is a team that hadn't lost at home since August 2nd, has turned back double-digit leads on multiple times. They closed the gap to 3 midway to late in the third. What was your message at that point? Because at that point, they really didn't have a shot, it seemed like.
I don't remember exactly. I think something along the lines of just for our team to understand that, they've been champions for a reason. Like, we had to expect that they were going to make a run. They are a great team, and they've been playing some of the best basketball we've seen in our league. So we just had to regroup. We had to get back to basics. A lot of that run was off of our turnovers, so we needed to take care of the ball. And know that we've been through ebbs and flows throughout the course of the season. We just had to regroup, and we had to create a run of our own.
For any of you, I mean, you obviously have been talking about Kelsey all year long, and today was pretty special for her. Just what did you see out of Kelsey that was even more exceptional today?
I mean, I know for me, Kelsey's just a tough shot maker. She's always in constant motion. She's fast as all get out. I think probably the fastest player in the league with the ball in her hands. And she has to work incredibly hard for every shot that she gets. So for her to be able to do what she does at the efficiency with which she does it is pretty incredible. There have been multiple times this season where she's put us on her back. And she's carried us, and as we've gone through that, she's continued to lead and pour into everybody else, and you see days like today where we get production from multiple people. That's what it's going to take for us to be successful. But Kelsey is definitely the head of the snake for us, and she's just a tough shot maker. I was really happy and pleased with the way she distributed the shots she got.
Just for Odyssey, you were basically living in the lane. Like, what was the game plan about getting downhill, and what did you see from the defense that allowed you to do that so well?
Just making sure I'm staying aggressive, putting pressure on defense. They were in drop coverage a lot, and just taking the shots that were given to me and reading the defense. I think we did a good job, Kelsey included, all guards just getting to the lane. That was the biggest thing, and if the post stepped up, then we had to dump down. So just staying aggressive, just keeping them on their toes, moving the ball. I think we did great offensively from start to finish today. They did make runs, but we responded very well. Coach talks about it all the time. These are moments where we grow. These are moments where you have to be able to take it up another level. And I thought today, as a group, including the bench, everybody played exceptionally well, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take everybody on our team to contribute. Not always about points, but doing the little things, making sure we get the 50-50 balls, and just staying solid. Like, it feels good to get this first one, but we're not done yet.
Yeah, honestly, the Aces talked about how they couldn't keep up with your guys' pace. Just how important was it for you as the point guard to set that pace today?
I think, biggest thing, I think we're one of the toughest teams to guard when we play at pace at a higher level. Coach talks to me about that all the time, making sure we're getting downhill, but also it's just the pace. When you come off more aggressive, it's hard to stop. And it's me and Kelsey mainly because we're in majority of the ball screens, but it opens up so much. We draw attention when we want to get to the lane, but we also have great teammates that we can pass it out to. And like I said, we we don't want to live in the lane, but like I said, we're making sure we stay aggressive, but we also have our sprays, we have our kickouts, we have our high-lows with AB. Just open it up. Me and Kelsey, we really open it up for everyone else. So we're just going to continue to have that mindset going into game 2.
Steph, I know it's play-by-play, game-by-game at this point, but I'm just curious with the overall feeling when you kind of go on this run that you are right now. Is there a feeling, an aura of Destiny-type feeling, like this is supposed to, like this is what it's meant to be? Is there more belief that you can have on top of the belief that you already have right now?
I mean, I don't know. I think our group is just, we take it one day at a time. We can't trip on anything that's behind us, right? We can't look too far forward and too far in front of us because, that's when you start to lose your focus. And, we try, and we have talked about it from day one. We've got to keep the main thing, and that is us playing to a standard of basketball that we want to have as an Indiana Fever organization and franchise. We've got to keep our layers, the outside, the people in our building, and the people in our locker room. And the thing I'm just so proud of with this group is it doesn't matter who's on the floor, it doesn't matter who's on our roster. They give each other the freedom to be themselves. They empower one another to be themselves and to be the best version of themselves. And every time we've had a change, every time we've brought someone in, every time we've had rotational changes, they're for each other. They live the we over the me. And when you have that, it just gives you opportunities to do really special things. It's one game in a long series. But if we continue to keep the main thing, and do what we know we can do what we're capable of doing.
Coach, Aaliyah Boston wasn't score that much tonight, but I really thought that she kind of set the tone on both sides of the court. Found a couple shooters and really commanded a lot of attention defensively and made life difficult in the paint for the Aces tonight. Do you think that that's an advantage that you guys have on the inside going forward?
I mean, I certainly wouldn't have thought necessarily that we'd be in this position with AB having 6 points. But the thing about AB is that she's such a good decision maker. She doesn't force things that aren't there. I thought Vegas did a really good job of collapsing, of not allowing her easy touches, and then once she had it, forcing us to get to next actions, and she allowed that to happen. But because of her gravity, that opens up things like cuts from Breezy. That opens up the lane for our drivers to get into the paint. It opened up rotational opportunities for us to get to the free throw line. AB, and I've said this multiple times, has been the most affected, I feel like, from all of our changes. But she continues to be our rock. She continues to be so steady for us. And I thought her defensive execution was right on point, and she stayed disciplined, and we need her to continue to do that.
Steph, it feels like Kelsey is really the face of this theme of resilience and belief, having been in Indiana for so long. How have you seen that belief and resilience out of her out of the last couple of weeks as you guys go into the playoffs?
Well, Kelsey just wants to play, right? Like, she just goes out there and she plays. And now I think we've seen it in her ability to accept expanded roles for us. She's always been a great scorer. Now we put the ball in her hands a little bit, and we use her as a facilitator as well as a scorer. There are times where we have to put her on different matchups on the defensive end so that she can get stops for us. So really, she doesn't have any rest anytime she's on the floor, and she's on the floor a lot. So I think you've seen her leadership. She leads by example. I think you've seen her confidence. I think you've seen her ability to be a face of a franchise that she's been through the ebbs and flows of. And I'm happy for her, proud for our franchise, and for us continuing to progress.
Bree, along a similar vein there with Kelsey, what are you seeing behind the scenes just with Kelsey and how she carries herself and how she's elevated herself, elevated her voice to help make this happen with all of you?
I mean, honestly, she's just a hooper. Like, if you cross by her, you would never even know. Like, she's just so humble and just so sweet. I'm like, Kelsey, like, talk your shit. Like, you're one of the best guards in this league. But, I mean, she's just an amazing player. I'm happy to play alongside her. I'm happy to cheer for her. I'm happy to just, like, be in her space. Such a great teammate, such a phenomenal human person. I could not say enough great things about Kelsey Mitchell. Like, everyone deserves a Kelsey Mitchell on their team, but they don't get it because we get her.
That's right. This is facts.
Odyssey for you. We've heard Breezy and Steph obviously talk about Kelsey on this franchise. If there's one person who knows and can talk about her away from the season, from your time with her at Athletes Unlimited, battling on the leaderboard, what don't we know that you see and have come to appreciate about Kelsey Mitchell?
I mean, I think just like Breezy said, she's a great teammate. She is a sweet human. She's humble. It doesn't matter. She's one of those players that can affect the game no matter if she's scoring. Just her presence being on the floor is just huge for us. We know what she can do on the offensive end, defensively, but her ability to just be in our space, like Breezy said, like, I'm happy that she's our teammate. I mean, I could keep going on. Like, it's an honor to play with her. And as we continue, like, this is just the beginning for us. But Kelsey is amazing. Like I said, I can keep going on and on. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this. And as we continue, we're just going to keep going.
Thank you.